Hello, my name is Xenia Zeiler. I'm the Associate Professor of South Asian Studies here at the University of Helsinki. I work on digital culture and partly the edge in India. And more precisely, my work is on video games and gaming. And that is not only related to India, but also more broadly. I work on theoretical and methodical issues in the realm of games and gaming, which is why today I introduce you briefly to gamification. Gamification is a term which has been around for almost 10 years, for a little bit more than 10 years, but it has been prominent in the public discourse and partly in academia since around 10 years. The term was first used in the digital media industry in 2008 and became prominent around 2010. So it's important to know that the term originated in the industry, not in academia. Very broadly, it denotes that game elements, especially in the interactive design elements of games, are used in non-game environments. That can be anything from very simple interaction tools and graphics to full-fledged educational games. By today, the term has entered almost all sectors of society and culture, business, education, the health sector, journalism, and many, many more use the term and try to apply gamification. It's also important to know that while the term is so prominent, both in public discourse and now also increasingly in academia, there is actually no proper agreed upon detailed academic definition. There are in fact two interpretations in academia when this term is used. One relates to the fact that video games are increasingly institutionalized and that there is this trend that all aspects of life, everything in life is gamified. And this has partly a negative connotation. But also there is the understanding that video games can be used not only for the entertainment, but they may be fruitfully employed to enhance the user or player or learner engagement and motivation to progress in certain processes, for instance, learning processes. Of course, that is a rather positive connotation. When people talk about gamification, the serious or educational games are almost always part of the equation. We have, for around 10 years now, this increasingly thriving academic subfield which studies serious or educational games and looks at how games may be employed to enhance learning. It was Mishra and Foster in 2007 who first provided a more comprehensive definition and understanding of what educational games actually are. That is, they support the development of cognitive, practical, physiological, and social skills and motivation. And this is still largely the understanding today. And we also, of course, have the term edutainment for this specific field, which was coined by Michael and Chen in 2006. In the very end of this short introduction, I want to point out one example. I'll not explain in detail, but I suggest you look at this one example developed at our university, the University of Helsinki. It's called the Durga Puja Mystery. It's an educational game which was developed to introduce students to the culture of India. And you can look it up by just Googling, and you'll find an extensive website with all kind of content information. The game is open access, it's downloadable from there. That might serve as just one of the many examples of educational games today. Thank you very much, and that's all for gamification.